I was very happily surprised because it's a very unique film in which you explore a lot of things like the concept of freedom, the concept of self-love, the concept of knowing what your possibilities are. Could you comment about that without giving away, any
Yeah,
story?
of course. So yeah, I hope, for me, finding your voice has always been a theme in my life. Growing up, I had to find my voice and feel okay to speak out about the things I love. And thank God through my art, like screenwriting, I found my voice and used the platform to say things I need to say. But ultimately, the story for me, I hope people take away the fact that to be their true selves without allowing society or an individual to project what they expect you to be or to define who you are, but to define yourself on your own terms and to really embrace who you truly are, because that's what the world needs. And I feel like that's the direction the world's heading, but it's so important for people to realize that their individualism is actually their power. It's not their kryptonite. So
where did you get the inspiration for Alice?
From a true story. So it was multiple true stories. There was about 12 different articles I read on people coming out, African Americans coming out in the 60s who had grown up on slaveries and were born into slavery, and only to realize that it was the 20th century. And they were so compelling that there was no way that I couldn't write about it. They were stories that didn't feel like victimization portrayals, but they felt really empowering and inspiring at how they took their tragedy and turned it into the thing that made them incredibly strong and grounded for the rest of their lives and to have amazing lives. And that's what I love about those stories.
How much is, Krystin, how much is Alice a story of liberation?
Oh man, it's a story of liberation in every way, for the reason I said about, defining yourself on your own terms and embracing your individuality, but also, speaking up for what you believe in and liberating other people by using whatever power or voice that you have. And, it's really ultimately liberation is just living in your truth and speaking the truth and not letting anything outside of you define who you are.
How important was it for you as a filmmaker, the relationship that you have established with the Sundance Film Festival?
Yeah, I mean, Sundance was something that even as a little kid, you dream about when you want to be a filmmaker. You play out in your head what it would feel like and what it would be like. And I'd gone to Sundance before, and it was magical. And I'd always dreamed one day I'm going to be here with my movie. Now, yes, it was at Sundance, but it was online. So my first experience wasn't the same as being in Park City, but it was still really wonderful and magical. And I'm glad that Sundance to me is one of the purest film festivals we still have in existence, because I feel like film festivals today are very political and they will accept films based on whatever connections that studio has or whatever, star is in them to propel whatever brand they're trying to promote. But Sundance is authentic to the artistry of the filmmaker. And so that's why, to me, they're the coolest film festival for filmmakers.
Wonderful. Could you talk a little about the leading lady? I think she did a great job.
Yeah, Kiki Palmer is amazing. She's someone that I've loved for years. I thought she's always been a brilliant actress. And what's exciting right now about her career is, she started as a child actor, and now she's really coming into her own as as a leading lady, adult woman actress. And it's so exciting to see how far she's come, but how much further she's going to go. Because to me, I think she's a superstar because of, she lives in her truth. She embraces her individuality, and she has the chops to back it up because she's an incredible actress. So
through your film, we explore the past, which is really painful, but I think it's very necessary to talk about that period of American history, slavery, because some groups of right-wing politicians are trying to cover that period, that it didn't exist. I don't know why, but I think that's why films like that are very important. I mean, your film is entertaining too, and it has a great message, but it also is political too, in a way.
Yeah, and I agree, because, you know, even when we were making the movie and we were driving to the plantation every morning to set, it was during the presidential election. And so there were tons of MAGA pro-Trump protesters with red hats protesting in the streets every day for the presidential election, which only reinforced what we were putting out into the world because of the divide that our country still has. And so it just fueled us even more to, you know, drive past all of those people into, you know, onto a plantation to tell a story about the ignorance of society, and to really kind of hopefully elevate the way people think. So
I thought it was great when she's running away. I mean, it's so surprising. Then she's in the middle of a different world.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was very, I don't know, I was very surprised by it.
Well,
Very
I'm
different.
glad. I'm glad you weren't expecting it.
Yeah, and it felt a little. Do you love Tarantino or what? I think it has some tributes to him. I don't know.
That's so funny. Yeah. So Quentin was
The hairdos and that period.
Quentin's been my mentor for 12 years now. So he's someone that has been in my life and has given me advice and direction. And he was the first person that I showed Alice to, the rough cut without any special effects or anything. And he was talking to me every day while I was shooting the movie and really giving me support. And he's been, if mentors could have a grade, he would get an A+.
That's super great. And thank you very much. I love the film. I wish you the best.